So this is the financial picture of what's been going on. But there's a conundrum that emerged over the course of the last few years as I started looking into this myself. And the conundrum is that in the midst of this inflection point where we're making breakthroughs and curing diseases, why is it the case that funding for biomedicine is going down? Now, it's not going down in all parts of biomedicine, so I want to be a little bit more specific. We know that government funding is going down, and that's for a variety of reasons, political and not necessarily related to the underlying economics. But even apart from government funding declining, if you look at the private sector, well, the IPO market looks like it may be in trouble. Who knows? People have argued that the biotech was a bubble that burst a year and a half ago. There still seems to be IPOs, but if you take a look at the startup picture, the number of biotech VCs has actually gone down over time. In fact, in 2008, in the United States, there were about 200 biotech VCs, and as of a couple of years ago, that number that was tabulated has been down of about a third. We're now about 130 biotech VCs. And if you look at Series A financing, it's actually the lowest that it's been in about a decade. So the question is, why? Why is this occurring? In fact, the funding gap, particularly at the very early stages of drug discovery, so this is funding for translational sciences, as they call it, preclinical to phase 1 or phase 2, and I'll define these terms in a few minutes, it's been going down. It's gotten so bad that people now call this the valley of death, because it's very hard to raise money from that preclinical period to get you to the point where money starts flowing more readily. And so the question is why? Now, as an economist, I confess I look at things from an economic perspective, but I think that from the economic perspective, it's pretty clear what picture has emerged, and that is increasing risk and uncertainty. That's really the driver that seems to be the culprit in money leaving the space for lower hanging fruit.